Okay, I think it's better now. Can you hear me? You can turn on your microphone. Abigail, welcome. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, that's fine. Sorry, I had some tech glitches, but thank God we are back. So let me just.
Yeah, I was wondering before.
Okay.
Okay.
Allow a few more people join.
I will mute myself now.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you for coming in.
So there's no background interference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me be sure if we are recording. Okay. Okay. So I'll be kickstarting in the next 1 minute. I'll be kickstarting in the next 1 minute. Welcome everyone. I do not know why she's having problem connecting. Okay, I think she's connecting to audio right now. So I will so I'll go ahead and set up my slides. It's not going to be a lengthy one. I promise in the next 35, 40 minutes, we should have rounded up, for today. So today's topic is something that is so timely. I felt, okay, since, we've all been in a very peculiar situation with the lockdown due to the COVID pandemic. A lot of us were unable to go to our physical businesses. So I thought, okay, let's in our organization come up with this topic, how to turn, okay, I think I see someone else coming in. So how to turn your offline business. Okay, I think she's joining. So welcome, Tess, Vashti. I hope Vashti can hear me. Abigail, you're all welcome.
Yes, I'm online.
Okay, someone else is joining in. Adam.
I'm online.
Okay, that's fine. So welcome. Thank you for making out time to join in. Okay. Okay, so let's just say hello in the chat box so that I'm sure of you hearing me. So welcome everyone. Please, once you see the chat, you can respond so that I'm sure you're hearing me while your microphone is on mute. We'll have the times where we'll take some questions, interact. I'm sure it's going to be really fun, and you're going to be able to take away concrete things, at the end of this short webinar. Like I said, it's not going to be lengthy, 40, 45 minutes, we're done. Welcome. Okay, thank you. Abigail said she can hear me. And also tell us where you're calling in or participating from. Okay, so I'll wait for the responses before I finally kick in or kick off. So I'll turn my video shortly so that we can just concentrate. Abigail says Lagos. I'll need others to respond. Tess, Vashti, can you hear me? Please use the chat box so that we could engage with you and be sure, that you could hear before I kick off.
I'm coming, I beg.
Okay. Okay, so that we do not waste more time, I will just start off. Like I said, I have a timeline for this. So we'll just kick off. If you need to ask any questions, please feel free to also drop it, in the chat, and we'll take it from there. So I'll turn off my video for a while so that we can just concentrate on the slide. Okay. Okay, so how to turn your offline business into an online business. Like I said, this topic is so apt, and I felt it's a good time, to discuss this. So this is a discussion, a little bit about us, Right Track Consulting, because that's the organization I co-founded and where I work. Right Track was founded in 2009. We have client portfolios that ranges from small businesses, multinational companies, public sector entities, and the non-governmental organizations. So our services include consulting, training, coaching. We have things like the practical digital marketing training. We do software application implementation for organizations, process improvement projects. You could also consult us for learning management, tools, how you would execute and set that up, in your organization. So my promise today is you will take away an understanding of what an online business model, really looks like. Then we'll look at the mites of the online business world, because, a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions. I think that's the word, about the online business world, but we are here to break those myths today, and then we'll look at welcome. Someone just joined. I do not know your name. Maybe you could share your name in the chat. Welcome. Tell us where you're participating from. Then we'll share truths of the online business world. We'll look at how you can create a quick, business plan for your online business. A lot of people jump into, setting out their business online with no plan. It's not going to work. You must have a plan. Whatever is not planned, that means you're planning to, not make it work, not fail. Then we'll talk about a few success stories, and then Right Tracks offers for those participating today. Questions, we'll take your questions, answers, and comments. So let's do some introductions. For those that have just come in, I will allow 2 minutes. I think I did this earlier. Share your name, your location, what do you do in your business, who do you serve, how do you serve them. I will allow us to do this for like 1-2 minutes. Like I said, it's going to be a quick webinar, but you're going to take away a lot of value. So I'll be in the chat section to watch out for your answers. Okay, Tess says I can hear now. Vashti says, okay, someone else has joined us. Vashti says I'm here with you, just having network problem. Okay, no problem. I know in our beautiful country we could have issues with the tech, the network sometimes. Telma Ako, thank you for making our time to join in. Please introduce yourselves. It's introduction time. I'll do that for the next 1 minute. Even if you did introduce and I have continued, I will still, take a look at it later. So thank you. It's introduction time, and you're highly welcome. So a little bit about me. My name is Ojugo Ajonwa. Some of these acronyms are behind my name. I'm a Nigerian. I'm a co-founder at Right Track Consulting for the past 12 years. My roles have been in project management consulting, training, IT, software implementation, like I mentioned earlier, digital marketing. You know, we give support services to businesses. Businesses, we do B2B, we also do B2C, business to consumer, business to business, you know, and then we also take a look at, you know, facilitating a lot of events. Our business community is located here. Adaku is back. I don't know why she, maybe it was the network. Welcome, Adaku. Okay, I think I've added her in. Sorry, I'm getting very used to this, very used to Zoom, you know, because I'm using it more often than not. So welcome everyone. Welcome, Omolara. You're highly welcome. So again, like I said, I co-founded Bright Track, you know, with my partners 12 years ago. As part of what we do, we also support entrepreneurs, and we have Facebook communities, WhatsApp communities, Instagram communities, you know, and so on. I've authored some books, lessons learned, managing projects in Nigeria, Day in a Life of a Project Manager, along with other people, available on, both books are available on Amazon. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn and on Instagram. On Instagram, I'm sure a lot of us are from my Instagram handle, coach_Ojigo. So you're highly welcome. I'm so pleased. You know, I have other people in here with me. I see the chat is buzzing. Let's see where they are coming from. Tess says, an FMCG business coach and trainer. Wow, that's interesting. She's in Nigeria. She has her businesses offline for 6 years. Wow, and she's migrating on like, woo, woo. Welcome, Tess. She says the barking in the background is a bit distracting. It's a neighbor's dog. I'm so sorry. It's actually not my dog. Thank you so much. We'll just continue. Please just do try to gain as much as you can. Someone else is joining in. So welcome. I may not be able to talk right now again, you know, till we are taking the questions. So a bit of the background. I have firsthand been a tech enthusiast and adopter. You know, I remember back in the day when the internet was still young, you know. I actually worked in IT startups. Some of them were in Lagos, and you know, I live currently in Abuja, Nigeria. So I was always, you know, really captivated by what technology can do. So I'm actually like one of those early adopters, and I, you know, enjoy anything technology, because for me, it's leverage. It's something anybody, whether a big organization or a small business owner, can use and adopt and start, you know, moving beyond your own location. And that's what tech will do for you. So some of those thoughts are the things we will share right here. Now, this is not like a class. It's a conversation. So I first, you'll be able to take off some things from the conversation and also contribute your voice. So technology in today's world has gone mainstream. Imagine different parts of the world. Some have been locked down for 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 6 weeks. In Nigeria, I think this is 5 or 6 weeks for some people. So we now live in a largely virtual world. In this session, I'm throwing more light on simple steps you can use to switch some of what you do offline to an online styled business model. And yes, you can do it. You will take home a good understanding of next steps to building an online sustainable business. I know all of us are business owners, you know, everyone in here has a business, they do, you know, and it's time. In fact, the best time, like they say, to plant a tree was yesterday. Another best time is today. So it's time we truly be intentional and, you know, embrace the world of technology. So a bit of housekeeping. Please do turn off notifications on your phone, your TV. Get a journal ready. It's going to be a valuable conversation. So let's take a quick, like Q&A time. Do you work, if you already have your business online, do you work with an online business plan? If you do, say a yes, I work with an online business plan in the chat. And are your tech tools part of what you, and are tech tools part of what you use currently? If yes, is it easy for you to use? So we'd love to hear your feedback. So I'll be waiting in the chat section. You can look at the chat if you're not used to. Okay. No, Abigail says, no, I don't yet have an online business plan. Okay. But you do some of what you do online, right? Okay, Thelma says no as well. Welcome, it's Q&A. I want it to be interactive. Please just share with us so that, I will know, where you're at currently. I hope the rest of you can hear me. If you want to turn on your mic, okay, IU says no. Let me unmute all. If you want to also contribute with your voice, please feel free to talk. We'll do this for like 1 more minute. Online, what would you describe as an online business plan? Like, having a plan of what you should do when you're online. Okay, Vashti says no, she doesn't. She's a network marketer. Okay. Mama T. Can you hear us? Oh, really? That's good. Oh, that's good. So that means this lockdown, you were still able to work with your customers, right? Please do feel free to talk into your mic. I will soon be moving on to the next section.
Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Just testing.
Okay, so I will just go on. So I'll just mute us again. Okay, so let's continue so that we don't get distracted. So first of all, I will talk about online business models out there. It's not like everybody does it, but these are options of what people actually do online. So online business models include you having an e-commerce store. So just like the Kongas, the Jumias do, you could have your business set up so that someone would come in, use their debit cards or credit cards and buy something from your store without you conversing with them. This can happen at any time, midnight, early in the morning, in the afternoon, and so on. Because it's set up, there is no hand touch. What you just do is to promote the e-commerce store, just like the Kongas and all of them do. And then you have the next one that is software as a service, where you're rendering software to people to serve them, to do something for them in their business. Then you have the one that is so rampant, everywhere, the mobile apps. A lot of mobile apps are available there. WhatsApp is a mobile app. Instagram is a mobile app. These are the top ones. But then there are several apps that help you do almost every other thing. The other day, I turned on an app on my phone, and it helps me with intermittent fasting, so that it's telling me the hours to start eating and then when to end my eating, so that I'm able to burn off calories naturally without, maybe drinking a slimming tea or over exerting myself by exercising. So mobile apps are rampant, is a business model. You see some of them, 1 million downloads, and all of that. That's because people need those apps. And those apps, some of them come in free, but a whole lot of them have you, if you need the premium things they offer, you need to pay. Then there is affiliate marketing. There are information products, ebooks, online events. Some people even sell digital downloads. You can't believe it. PDFs. A valuable PDF, someone can sell it 1,000 times. That's an information product. And then affiliate marketing is when other people are selling on your behalf. You have a product. That's what happens in network marketing. An organization has products and services. You're the one selling on their behalf, and you get paid a percentage, every other month. Then a lot of people also use it to generate leads for their offline business. So you get people online, leads are potential customers, and then they move into your physical brick and mortar business. They now knock on the door of your office. Then a lot of people also do things like drop shipping. They do not actually have an e-commerce store, but they just use the supply chain. Someone pays for a piece of good, they send that goods, goods and service to the person. Some also use it for online schools, like we've heard and seen, so much in recent times, and much more. So those are simple models people start with. And of course, there are so many other things you could do online. And then we'll take a look at, first of all, myths. Myths are things that are not true, about online businesses as we try to create a foundation. So the first myth is that no upfront investment or financial investment is required. Just, open an Instagram account and voila, you have a business. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So basically, you must invest in marketing, just like you would do in a physical business. Now, online and physical, they still do the same things, but this time around, you're leveraging the internet, you're leveraging tools, and so on. So online marketing and advertising, just like you will plan to advertise your physical business on radio, on TV, in a newspaper, on a billboard, you should also, plan to have a part of your business that you promote, online. Then you must also invest, even if it's not finances, your time, the time of your team members in content development. Content is all those things you're reading online. People actually took out time to create something cohesive, something that would entertain you, educate you about what they do, add value to you, and so on. So materials, time, and services that will be needed are also invested in. Sometimes you need to buy tools for your online business, software, services, equipment, and sometimes you may even need to still have a physical space where you're fulfilling people's orders, or even having a meeting with them. But then in the online business world, is not a must. You could use logistics companies if you're a product-based kind of business. So like for us at Right, we pay for so many things online. So there is a financial investment. We pay for Zoom, we pay for Google Ads, website hosting every other year, various plugins that will do so many different things on our website, antivirus, Canva, the graphic tool, Snapper, the graphic tool, MadMimi, an emailing tool, SEO tools. SEO means search engine optimization tools that will tell us, okay, what keywords should we be ranking for? What keywords are really, getting a lot of clicks on the internet and so on. So you must invest to get results. Operational costs for physical locations, that's a normal one that you would pay. Overhead costs for employees. In fact, sometimes you may even have to get a virtual assistant, to work on your business. Sometimes your virtual assistant must not be if you're in Lagos, for instance, the person must not be in Lagos with you. The virtual assistant can be in Port Harcourt, can be in Abuja, can be in Ghana, can be in the UK, in India, in the Philippines, and so on. So there will be investments, freelancers that you would work with, contractors, and so on. Sometimes you also need to study, you and your teams. I always tell people, today's world, online courses are everywhere. So you can even start, if you have a low budget, start with the free online courses out there. But of course, the real deal is when you get a paid course that actually dives deep into solving your problem. So an upfront financial investment is actually required. Then the second myth is that online business does not require a lot of your time. It will require a lot of your time, just like the physical business, especially when you're just setting it up. So there is a learning curve, to it. But how you will shorten your learning curve is to get consultants, get people to help you, get a virtual assistant. If you know that, I can't even do content, remember these things are no more nice to have. They are now important, so there are things you should, I think someone wants to join in, okay. So there are things you should invest in to shorten your curve. Invest in online adverts, invest in forming a team, invest in getting help. If you love to do things yourself, invest in learning. And before you jump into getting sales from the internet, you must establish your authority. I see a lot of people, jump in, they don't even introduce who they are, what the organization does, and they expect people to, out of the blues again, just follow them. In fact, some people even pay for adverts, pay to get a lot of followers, but then if you've not done the groundwork, it's not also a magic wand to be online. Then the third one, you don't need a business plan or strategy. According to an organization called Investopedia, most businesses will fail because they don't have a solid business plan. So while you don't need a 20-page, like it's a thesis that you're writing, to run your business, you must still have little things that help you to project, even if it's a mini plan, but you must have something written down. You must consider, what processes are we going to use to go online? What procedures, what timelines are we going to follow? Because you won't do everything in one day. Rome was not built in one day. You'll be able to actually phase how you're going online. Take it phase by phase, with the low-hanging fruits, like we would say, and then proceed, but have a plan. Products and services you're going to offer. Now, sometimes what you have in your offline business has to be adjusted for the online market. It has to be adjusted for the online market. So you need to, if maybe it's an ebook of how to bake, how to bake a wedding cake, that is your product, like it's in your physical business, you actually do that and people come in physically. You now need to create that product into a digital product. You must digitize it, put it into PowerPoint, voice it over, have your workbooks, so that someone without your hand touching will now be able to access what you have to offer. Then you must have your monthly income goals for your online business and your prices set. Then you must know how much am I expending every month, in building this online business, and what you need to spend money on. We talked about that in Might number 1. Your marketing initiatives and plans. Cyber security, you need to, make sure that you have antivirus at the minimum, on your systems and so on. How would you support customers even online? These days, we've said everything is heading online, and then any legal requirements, you need to add all of that as part of your plan. Then the fourth might is that you don't need a marketing plan. New businesses that don't investigate their market, they have a weak online presence and it will be likely to fail. I remember starting out, I don't know who remembers this organization. It's called Addis. They used to sell the body magic. Back in maybe 2010, 2011, they were really popular. There were a lot of people doing that networking business, because a lot of women want to get their shapes back after having children. But guess what? If you don't, if you join that kind of organization and you didn't come up with a marketing plan, how would you promote it? Both offline and online. That's how it would work better. Now, know that business must have a mix. You can't say, it's only offline that I would love. No, you're leaving a lot of money on the table if you're only offline in today's world. Most people would want to do business with you from their far location. They must not come physically to you. So again, if you want people to find out about your new online business, you need to find them and market to them. And that's where your social media comes in. That's where having a content editorial calendar comes in. So that month after month, you have a structured, intentional way, of attracting new business to you. I remember in those days, when people started, they would tell their sisters, buy the body magic, or their cousin, or their mother, but your family members would not help build your business. Your friends are not there to build your business. You must get your customers, your target audience from the open market, because in those days, I remember some people used to be annoyed when maybe a sister or a friend refused to buy or refused to enroll and register, but that's not what it is. You must have a marketing plan. Yes, you could start with them, but beyond them, you must have a plan. So come up with a plan that details who your target market is. Who are you targeting? Put them into what we would call a sales funnel, and then decide the types of content that engage them the most. You must be intentional. And once you start doing this, you will start seeing results sooner than later. The fifth might, starting an online business all by yourself is too hard. It's not too hard though. In today's world, maybe 15 years ago, yes, but 2020, no. There's so much you could do, even as a business owner, all by yourself. Especially if you love a little bit of learning, if you're quick to learn, it's not really rocket science. There are website building platforms. Your business must be found online, and it's becoming easier than before. Even 8-year-olds in India, they make websites. So that means you can even start with something small and then enhance it later. There are platforms that let you automate your marketing email and social media posts. There is MailChimp for email, SendGlane again for email, CoSchedule and Sprout Social. These are some of the tools I also use. They would allow you, some of those your social media posts, you can set them, batch them together, set them to go out. Maybe we're in the month of May. All through the month of May, this one goes out on Monday by 12 noon. This one goes out on the 7th of May by 4 p.m. You know, you set all of that out. You must be that intentional. And then there are easy to use software for accounting. There's WaveApps, there's QuickBooks. Guess what? WaveApps will even help you not just invoice the customer, but also get a receipt, all with no hand touch. So it's so easy to outsource some of these things to these tools. We call them robots because they are artificial intelligence. Once you type into them, tell them what to do, they start doing it. In fact, some of our staff won't do half of what these tools, if you embrace them, some of them are free, you know, and all of that, and start using them, you start seeing results, better results. So everything you need to start your online business is easier to find nowadays. You know, the right automated softwares and services, they would help you carry off a lot of load, you know, so that you don't need a load of staff that are not doing. I see a lot of entrepreneurs complain, our staff, they don't do anything, you know, they can't even go online. I was chatting with someone during this lockdown and she said, none of my staff is doing anything. You know, they don't know anything online. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And of course, at the end of the month, they will want payment. So you must be the one to motivate them to also take a look at some of these, you know, to take some of that off your plate. So this is another quick poll. Have you ever worked on an online business that failed? Please share with us. You may not name the organization or networking business. What was the major reason for this failure? You can turn on your microphone. I can unmute us all, and if you want to contribute to this, we'll just do this in 3 minutes. So who wants to go first?
Go on, please, go on. That's why your clothes are taking because you are washing them too much. Go and remove them. Wear your pajamas. You too, wear your pajamas.
Who wants to go first?
Yes.
Yes.
What is the question?
Okay, I was saying, have you ever worked, like you had a business online that failed? You know, what was the major reason for the failure? The floor is open. If you prefer to type it, also feel free.
Are you?
You can talk or type. Tess, you can talk if you wish to.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, awesome. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Really such a failure. It was more of, should I say I did not define my customers proper. But the approach that I tried to use online was like more generalized approach. And now I hear everything that you're saying, and you know, large extent it just goes to cross, you know, kind of like reaffirm some of the things that I started to do since I migrated my online.
Okay.
I was just talking to everybody, didn't have a niche per se to embrace the whole market because I saw opportunity. I found out that I was like a jack of all trades, and I wasn't really in what I've moved down. It's a lot better. Plus, I wasn't paying too much attention to the business online. I was offline because, you know, that's...
Okay, that's interesting. So lack of structure. Ine, did you want to speak earlier? Okay, I'm not sure.
It's okay, it's okay.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll continue. We'll continue because I'm watching my time as well. So the next one will be the truths of online business. So what are the truths that you need to take a look at, for your online business? The first truth is that you don't have to make money immediately to be successful. Did you know that Amazon, that big Amazon, they did not turn a real profit until year 2003, even though it was founded in 1994. I think it's unbelievable, right? And these days, in fact, they're $1 trillion company. They reached $140 million in sales in the first few years of operation. But it took a lot of passion and waiting and going through that learning curve. So when it comes to starting your business online, you need to stick it out. Don't say, we've been online for 90 days, for 6 months, for 1 year, and we've not seen results. Please keep on keeping on. There's a law called the law of cumulative effect. Cumulative effect. As you continue to keep on keeping on in the right way, what you'll find is that over time, people will start reaching out to you and your business. Second truth, customer service and user experience, they are everything. In today's world, one bad thing about the online space is that if one person wants to kill your business, if one person, maybe they had issues with your business, you delayed on the time you're supposed to send their service to them, or it wasn't what they want that they got, they could use social media, review sites like Google My Business to leave a bad review for you, and you do not want that. So you must be sure you have a customer service plan in place. Make sure you respond as quickly as you can to customer complaints and inquiries. I had this client, I built up their website some time ago, and I remember, I think maybe she was not just used to emails, so sometimes people would inquire about her services in an email, and she never opens them on time. Sometimes she could open them after 1 week or after 3 days. And today's world wants, in fact, people no longer buy products and services. Let me tell us, they are buying the experience. What's the experience of visiting, for instance, Tropicana Islands, to have a retreat? That's what people are paying for. What's the experience of going for Calabar Carnival? It's not traveling to Calabar that is the thing. What joy are they going to get out of it? So you must make sure how you treat the customer is, you serve them in a way that your business becomes unforgettable. Then the third truth is that you must be agile, be quick to make decisions and move, what you do. Use data and analytics, really important. In fact, a business that is not looking at data today, in today's world, may not really survive. You need to look at data. For instance, if you're selling organic hair care products, how many people are wearing their natural hair? You need to know that, before you venture in. You must be looking at your data and your analytics. Now, an extra thing I will add here is that you could take a look at a tool called Google Trends. Google Trends will show you the trends around what people are searching for. And another one is, I've forgotten the name of this tool. Okay, ask the public. Ask the public. Then take a look at things like Medium, BuzzSumo, BuzzSumo. Look around what people are talking about in your own industry. As soon as you can get more information about what is even trending, I'm not saying jump into every trend, but it will give you a pointer to what people would buy. So according to an article by Economist in 2017, oil is no longer the world's most valuable resource. The most valuable resource is data. Please note that down as your takeaway in your journal. And even in your business, are you also gathering data? As part of what I do in coaching and all of that, the first place we even start from is to look at your as is. As is, survey your customers, hear from them. In fact, I tell people, try to do your surveys, even if it's 3 times in a year. You will be surprised. Sometimes people's needs may change and you're still hanging on to the old way that you were serving them. So surveying your customer is also easy. There are so many survey tools that would pull out this data for you. There is a tool called the Survey Monkey, and even a very common one called Google Form. Google and then FORM. You know, you can use it to gather your own data in your own locality. Maybe you live somewhere in what state would I call, in Umahia. What is the data in Umahia concerning what you do from your own customers? So we need to be surveying them, asking them questions, feeling their pulse. You know, all of that would help us to, you know, have a stake with them online. I don't want to read all of this. The fourth and final truth, sharing the right content for your business, so critical. I have a book called Content to Currency. Sometimes some of us, we just post anything that comes to mind. Anywhere your mind faces for that day, you post. Please, if you have a business page, you can do that on your personal page. But if you have a business page, you must care about what you're posting. You know, all of that is part of that branding that we talk about. When people talk about branding, branding is not logo or your colors. You know, it's also your perception. How do the target audience online, offline, how do they perceive you? So if you want your business to stand out from the online clutter, and guess what? The online space in recent times has become so noisy as well. So if you want to stand out, you and your team must create content that is helpful. Are you helping? People love businesses that are helping. You know, help more. You won't lose anything when you help. You know, for instance, maybe you sell braided wigs. I bought my wig. I don't even know how to wash it. Can you help me with maybe like an audio, you know, recording on, okay, these are the steps, or even something written on a blog, you know, blog about it, or a video where you're showing us physically how to wash your braided wig. Guess what? Any customer that even started their journey from that video, they will stick with you for life. Even though others are online shouting, we also have a braided. I'm just using these as examples. Of course, your business could be different. Are you sharing informative content, engaging content, relevant content, content that even the search engine, Google, will be excited to show people what you've written or your videos, you know, and so on. So sharing the right content, really critical. I find a lot of those between the ages of maybe 35 and above, you know, a lot of them say, I love to create content, but it's not easy. You know, that's where we talked about having a plan for your business. You must have a team, you know, find a team. Sometimes it's not as expensive as you thought, you know, to help you do this. Get interns into your business, get a virtual assistant, you know, and so on. Dictate what you want them to do. You know, not that they will go off and, you know, say what you do not want them to portray the business as. Give them guidelines. Let them create a plan, vet the plan. You know, you see a business that is more structured that way. Create a business plan for your online business. This is a quick one. We will soon be wrapping up. So first of all, to create that business plan, you must define your business objectives and personality. Now, don't go into the online space with a personality that is not yours, or a personality that is not what your brand, talks about. So make sure that it matches your brand, what the brand, the perception you want to create in the market space. Then make sure you complete your financial and management summary. How much would your budget be, to get your business online? Who would you employ as part of your team members? You need to list and write all of that down. Measure your market and the metrics. First of all, know your total addressable market. The total addressable market is everybody. Sometimes some people say, my product is for everybody. That's your total addressable market. Maybe everybody eats bread. And when we say wheat bread, where it now has a segment, not everybody would eat wheat bread, So that's your target. The target market is the people that would eat wheat bread, because it's not your TAM. And then you have the SAM, serviceable addressable market. The number of people you may still be able to service over the lifespan of your business. And then the SOM, the serviceable obtainable market, now is hitting home. So these are the people, that you can really serve, that target audience, that's your client avatar. If your client is maybe the client that has natural hair, she's 32, and that client is a professional. She can afford 10K worth of organic hair care products. She's a busy professional. She doesn't have time to go to a shop, and your own is an online organic hair care business. That is your client avatar. That is your target market. So you must be able to niche down to be able to even give that avatar a name. Maybe BC, she lives in Abuja. She lives in Wuse. She works in Zenith Bank. I hope we're getting the drift. She earns 7 million a month. She can afford 10K, to fix up her natural hair and so on. So you need to be that deliberate and specific. Then don't forget your exit plan. Don't forget your exit plan. If you need to exit this business, sometimes people even buy an online business up. How would you do it? Would you sell, and all of that? Then set up a review schedule to review your online business plan. It's a living document. Be open to change it. Like with COVID issues and all of that, sometimes you may even need to pivot, go into a new segment of that your target market. You'll be so surprised what you would find. A pro tip is to create a minimum viable product or service, for what you actually do. Create a small portion of it and test it out in the market. To go in depth with this, you can set up a strategy session, schedule a strategy session with me, and we will then take a look at your own particular situation. So to wrap this up, a few of our success stories. For the past 11 years of our service, working with business owners to help them take their businesses online, we've helped different loads of people, but I've just highlighted this one. We've helped a client set up her successful made in Nigeria chocolate business from ground up. If you follow me on Instagram, ask me for her handle. Okay? She's able to sell her chocolates from the internet and then dispatches it to the end user. Then we've had someone that is a virtual assistant. We helped her up-level her practice with the right systems and structures purely online. If you need to see her page on Instagram, her website, also give me a DM, and I would connect you with her. We've also helped an indigenous Nigerian shoemaker make her brand more visible, attracting partners and solidifying the brand. Because guess what? When you're online, not just would you find clients, you could also find partners. Some people may be watching, you'll be so surprised. You know, people are watching. They are looking for serious people they can partner with. So your business, if you take all of this serious, could be one of it. So there we go for today's presentation. I'll take questions shortly, but I just want to quickly talk about this offer. We have a 20% off this particular course. It's an online course, practical digital marketing designed for a business owner. So it's not going to be theory, like theory. You're going to also work. So it's like you would show what you do as we progress. So what would cover, you know, we have loads of this. I don't want to read it all out. If you want to contact me, you can take note of our office WhatsApp number, you know, and we can feed you more details. The pre-recorded is a pre-recorded session, so you will be accessing it on your own time, and we are starting on the 20th to 27th of May. But that doesn't mean the course will go away for you. You will still have up to a year's access, you know, to take a look at it with your team members, you know, and so on. And this offer is valid up till 18th of May. A second simple offer is a flash sale. We have 10% off this particular ebook, Content to Currency, so that your content is converting for you. You know, it's bringing in the sales and not just, you know, hanging with the noise on the internet. And to access that again, you could use the WhatsApp or, you know, use this Paystack link to get an automatic download once you pay for it. So there we go with today's section. I hope it was, how was it for you? I'll turn on my video now. You can turn on your audio as well if you want to speak. Are we still here? It's question time. Feedback, questions, we'll take them right now. Yes, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I have a lot
You're
of
welcome.
takeaway.
Okay.
My name is Tonya.
Okay, Tonya.
I have a lot of takeaway. That was a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you. To you.
Okay. Questions, feedback. Questions, feedback.
Hello.
Okay, I'm here.
Hello.
I'm listening.
Hello?
Yes, please, I'm listening. Please
Can
go
you hear
ahead.
me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Ma, it's a very wonderful lecture.
You're
Of
welcome.
course, it's what I wanted. What you gave us this evening is what I wanted. Problem with the network. And I know that after this training, we won't get back to it again. So I am of the opinion,
No,
if
I would have I have a replay.
those of us who are having network issues, we can go back.
I'm recording it. So you could ask for it. You could ask for the video so that you can also re-listen to it again.
Because as the lecture was going on, there are some breakups. I couldn't hear you clearly. You know, initially I said I was having network problem. I've been moving on, but the network wasn't all that favorable.
No problem. I'll share the link
because
to you
I know
once
that
we
I can't
hang
get it.
it
Since
on.
you are
Yes, we'll share the link once we hang it on YouTube.
okay.
Yeah. So feel free to ask questions.
Okay.
Abigail says, okay, let me read what you said before. I won't say I have failed in the online business. First of all, though, I didn't have the structure. Okay. Okay. She said it's been informative. Thank you. Okay, I'll share the replay with you. I'm leaving a link for your feedback. Okay. I'm leaving a link for feedback. So please kindly share a feedback of this session so that we know how to make it a whole lot better, you know, for you and your teams. Thank you so much for watching. I'm watching my time. Like I said, I just wanted it to be exactly 1 hour on the dot. Any other questions, please feel free to type in the chat and I will take it before we call it a day. Please do submit a feedback to us. Okay, noisy background, no problem. We can talk on WhatsApp, Abigail. Please do give us a feedback. I've shared the link in the chat. You can take note of the link
Okay.
and share later.
Okay, that's good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm happy.
Vashti, you're welcome. Okay, so in the event of no other question, thank you for being an engaging and, you know, really participative audience. I truly appreciate our time. And I pray, you know, all of these, in all that we've all gone through in this, in the year so far, you know, there will be replenishment and new directions for our business. So stay blessed and thank you for watching.